Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
I wanted to do a short video on Shadowscape, which is kind of a first impression. I played it once competitively and 2 or 3 times cooperatively, including a solo playthrough of the game. I don't feel like I'm going to go any further into this game, although I feel like there's a lot more depth to the game than perhaps that I saw, if you want to be better at the game and enjoy it. But there are a few reasons why I'm not going to jump into it, and I kind of want to list the good and the bad, just get a short video out on it. I'm not an expert in this game, I'm not an expert in the universe, and you'll kind of see that as we go through, but I might be somebody that's in your shoes, and you might be having the same experience as I do. First of all, this is my jump and foray into Myst. I did not play the big game. It was humongous. I still have it. I still might jump into it at some point. But I decided to jump into Shadowscape first. I thought it might be a jumping in point. For the most part, this is generic fantasy. I'm sure some people will jump in and say, but hey, it's different for this reason. But for the most part, this is generic fantasy, which I don't mind. Maybe I even like a little bit, but it's not my favorite genre. So when you're talking about the genre of this game, dungeon crawler, there are a ton of games out there. I would consider something like Brook City to be kind of in that dungeon crawler thing, Hellboy, Descent, all those kind of dudes on a map. You're moving around, you're accomplishing things, getting loot, that sort of thing. Sure, Brook City is a little bit different than, say, Descent, Imperial Assault, but they kind of all fit into the same genre for me and my needs. So that's what this game ends up being compared to, is these big, grandiose games with expansions and bells and whistles and boobobs and doodabs, and it kind of pales in comparison to me. This is going to be a plus for some people. That vocal minority that always said, hey, get rid of the miniatures and let's just have cardboard. This is the game. Support it. This is the game you were asking for. Very solid gameplay. Very solid game. No dice. Determinist when it comes to attacking and defending, and you don't want the miniatures. This is the game to support, and I wonder if people did support it, because you can get the game fairly cheap now. So if you wanted to support one of those games, this is the one to do it. This is where you put your money where your mouth is on this game. But for my taste, I'd rather have the big, grandiose game with the miniatures. So component-wise, it's a little bit of a letdown. Some of the font is really small. I think what's on the table doesn't really pop. It doesn't have that immersion that I'm looking for in a dungeon crawler. As for the game itself, very interesting. You have these action cards that you utilize to do things. You can flip them over. You can boost them with fate cards. Fate cards can be a timer. In one aspect of the game, I prefer cooperative games of this nature. That's just my personal taste. You may really like competitive. You know, I look at something like Arcadia Quest, and I kind of wish it was more cooperative, because I enjoy the cooperative nature more, and that fits into my family needs, my gaming group needs, and what I enjoy more. When it comes to a dungeon crawl and rolling dice and having luck, I like that aspect of working together against the board. And this has that, so it has 2 modes. Although the whole rulebook is competitive, and at the end it tells you how to do a cooperative. So I wonder if this is a competitive game made into a cooperative thing, but I'm fine with that. It works great. It's one of those games that's very, very solid, and I'd like to see a Big Brother version of it. My gosh, Myst is huge. There's a lot going on in that game. Yeah, there's a lot going on. I'm going to admit that. Be the first to admit it. This scales it back, but it also scales back to production, which I think I would like this game more had the production been better. I can say that with certainty. I would have liked it more with the production. This game just has a lot of competition, right? There's a lot of competition in this market. What it has going for you. So this is where really I'm going to get down to nuts and bolts. If you're looking for a cheaper or more budget-conscious dungeon crawler, you don't need the bells and whistles, you don't need the dice, you don't need the miniatures, although you can purchase miniatures for this game as a separate purchase. But if you're wanting just, a cheap $10, $15, $20 game, and you want to be able to go through a dungeon but have an actual deep experience, then this is probably it. This is what you're looking for. If you're looking for the miniatures and you want to paint them and you want to gain that wows and has that full immersion, this is probably not it. You would go somewhere else. And now I'm leaving out all the junky games. I'm leaving out all the games that it doesn't really work, or it has an IP but the game is garbage. I'm merely comparing good, solid games, and this is a good, solid game, but it lacks the extra that I'm looking for it to stay in my collection, but it may be exactly what you're looking for. In that regards, it'd be a Purge for me. This one could absolutely be a keeper for other people, and I imagine that it will be. If you're one of those people who don't need the bells and whistles, this is the game you want to support.
Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you liked it, please like it and hit that little subscribe button. That really helps out the channel, lets us know that you're getting the videos that you want. If you agreed or disagree with what I said, feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I promise that I will comment back. Thanks for watching, and everybody else, keep playing.